stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
I'd like to welcome you all back from the summer to the new year. There will be a couple of word processors. There'll be one electronic spreadsheet.
If this morning or yesterday you thought, geez, my first day as a senior, and it just seemed like yesterday we were freshmen, where did the time go? This next year will go by more rapidly than any other. And that's the point. You've had more opportunity to learn more. Whether you did or not, something else. First announcement is a member of the pep squad, singer, school mascot, Jennifer Carlson. Will you give a great welcome to the
Three-sport letterman, Mr. Ryan Chenoweth.
Member of Top 30, Youth for Understanding student visiting us from Finland, Rikamari Rahala.
That's my real name. My nickname here is Ricky. It was one of the first pepper rallies, and I started walking, and then I heard people yelling that I'm walking in the wrong place, that I'm supposed to walk through all the drill team and cheerleaders. I felt myself kind of like outsider somehow, and I felt it was so crazy when they were running around and jumping each other's arms. I felt myself really lonely, standing there, a flower in my chest and in front of all the students without knowing anybody. There was nobody hugging me, and I felt really pretty bad.
The guy with the great-looking legs.
I just remember my thought was that I wish I would be part of them. Torrance High School, it's not really a poor school or poor people here. Mainly I think that it's just normal, wealthy families. People here, they dress up more when they come to school. Like here in a normal, regular school morning, the guys wake up earlier to blow dry their hair. In Finland, I don't know any guy who does that. It's just totally different.
I prefer being called Woody. That's what I'm called everywhere else in my life. If you don't want to do that, Mr. Griggs, Mr. Woody, Griggs. We'll read a thing called Heart of Darkness, and then a portrait of the artist as a young man. Couple of French novels, probably, Madame Bovary and The Stranger.
First when I came, I didn't know anybody. I was just looking around. People were going together to lunch, and I didn't know anybody, and I felt I was lost. Oh my God. You just feel so dumb. In Torrance High, there is a certain group of people who were popular. They were the group who did the most for the school. I learned to know those people because they are all time ready to do things, and that's what I like.
That should be good then. You got the punkers, the meddlers, and the preppies. The punkers are all against society. They want to have nothing to do with society. They always have something to say against it. The preppies are working for it and striving to make it something really good, and the meddlers are just out to party.
All right, everybody, are we glad to shake it up tonight, huh?
high school is much more sociable than educational.
And you can get away with anything in that class. All the girls get away with the murder. You can cheat on almost all the tests. Usually, the day before the test, everyone goes in there and steals a test to get ready for the test. But, so it should be a pretty easy A, hopefully.
Now, I don't want you to do homework on spiral notebooks because you have to rip it out and hand it in. It doesn't look very neat. Now, if you would like to take notes on a spiral notebook, that's fine because I do not require that you hand your notes in. What I require is that you take notes every day in this class. And if you use only half a page for notes, don't use that same page for the next day. I want one new page per lecture.
Well, the guillotine is a very interesting invention.
The difference between the schools is that the school here is much easier because the classes that you take are, most of them are of your own choice. You don't have to study so much. You can have more fun in school. Then you, of course, you enjoy the classes.
Dotson. Yeah. Gibbs. Yeah. If someone doesn't answer, it means they drowned. Years ago, this friend of mine said, when you get a job, you got to get a job where you never need a vacation. You know, because then, you know, you always enjoy yourself. And I always kept that thought in the back of my mind. I wanted to have a job where I enjoyed what I was doing every day. One, you weren't supposed to be there anyway.
Bullshit. Yeah, you weren't supposed to be there. You weren't even supposed to be there.
Come on, man.
Hey, I got my snake. Look at this board, it's all.
Come on.
Give him an F.
We'll start right here at the cloaca, which would be an anal opening, and take your scissors and cut all the way up, eventually up to the top of the chin right there.
Okay, when you have the body cavity open now.
Peel it back and pin it down. Where's the pin? Right here.
This isn't the best specimen.
I've heard it here, my friends talk about in biology class how they cut the frogs, and I think it's real gross. I mean, I couldn't never ever handle that.
That's the heart. That's the throat. That's the heart.
The heart's not up here.
Yes, it is.
Ask the teacher.
That's nasty, man. That's gross.
Okay, that's the heart right there. Those are the lungs right there.
Raise the
wait.
stomach.
You have to raise the stomach.
There's something in there. Anybody want a frog pickle?
How many of you think that we should have control of guns?
It'd be an undermarket thing for guns.
What about control of just handguns?
So what are you supposed to keep in your bedroom? A shotgun? I mean,
What you can do with the handgun, you can do with the shotgun. It doesn't matter if it's a rifle or a handgun or not. You can still, it's still the same. You could still kill somebody with it. Handgun or shotgun.
Here now in high school, people are Republicans or Democrats. In Finland, we don't have so much opinion what we are.
The conservatives want to defend our country, want to build up defense. The liberals want disarmament or anti-nuke. What are your feelings about this? Do you think we should disarm? We should do away with all arms, or we should limit our armaments? Miss Hand.
Not really.
Are you pro-nuke or anti-nuke?
Well, I'm anti-nuke, but you know, you have to have some kind of defense also, and you can't just cut everything off or even limit it in case they come back. You can't tell. It's too hard to say.
I don't think they're going to just take away their bombs and just say, forget it, let's give up on, you know, nuclear war.
But do you think they can stop stockpiling them? They can discontinue making more?
Well, no, they're going to... I mean, that's very...
Wait a minute. Yes?
That's, you know, it's very important for them to feel that they are strong.
I think as long as we have the bombs, no one's going to set them off. So I think it's ridiculous to even try to disarm them all. Because if one of us disarms, they're going to think, okay, we still have them, we're going to blow you up, and then we're going to rule the world. So if you just keep it how it is, it won't happen.
Mainly I think the political opinions comes from the parents. Yeah, my dad is right. Of course my dad is right, and
It's not going to take very many.
they don't question that so much.
Suppose someone foolish like Gaddafi decides it doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to all those Americans and their children.
Well, none of them really have that power. If one of them, they have a little bit of nuclear power, they're not going to be able to build to the magnitude that we have, that fast. So they might blow up a chunk of the U.S., but I mean, their country would get wiped out.
If the discussion goes to the nuclear war, somehow it is that no, it cannot come when I'm leaving, or they are somehow that I don't care, I don't believe.
They're going to blow them up.
They think that, well, if the war comes, it comes anyway, so why would I or we worry about that now? Let's party and have fun as long as we can. First time when I went to the football game, the cheerleaders were of course there, and I've never before seen a cheerleaders otherwise than in the movies. And so it was all the time I was just watching the cheerleaders, and then my friend said that, okay, let's go, that the game is like almost over. I saw the football players on the field, but I thought that they are just practicing or something. So I missed my first football game.
Woo! Last time! For breakfast! Spartans for lunch! Spartans for dinner! Crunch, 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 crunch! Woo!
When I came to Torrance, I think this is the greatest place where I could have come. It's a safe community and it's really clean, and the world's biggest mall here. That's pretty cool.
You told me about that. You would spend 4 cents on a gum drop.
Generally here people, they accept new things very easily. Just going to the mall first when I came here, I felt that there's so much trash, let's say. There's like all kind of different pins and paper holders, all kind of different stickers, and after stickers comes popular, there is stickers folder, and everybody tries to make something new and new and new. Somehow first I couldn't handle that.
Get a thank you card here. Get a
I do that.
That will be cute.
I will. Now I think it's great that you can buy everything. You just forget somehow that it's just junk and you really don't need that. You just buy it and you don't think about that anymore somehow. Things like this, they are so easy to make,
Our Black Knight machine is our best machine in here. What's that, Travis? You get up to 3 balls going at the same time. You get electromagnetic saving techniques where the player gets interactive with saving his ball in time to spare. Got ramps in there connecting 2 play fields. And at the end of each game, it gives you a message asking you if you want to challenge the Black Knight again.
In Finland, they will never have a pinball machines or those video games in school. I first didn't believe when I walked by the room and I heard this sound of the machines. And I was, this is not true.
My name is Alan Hill, president of the Torrance High Electronics Club. We operate this pinball room during the week. We're open at snack and lunch. On a good week, we make $200 a week. Our club is open to everyone. A couple of years ago, we had some girls in. And the main reason I feel that we don't have any girls in is because electronics is generally a guys-based type field. The girls aren't too interested, and we get a couple of girls who are interested, and they're interested in some of the guys who are in the club.
The lifestyle in America, it's much faster. People are more nervous. I don't think they have so much ability to concentrate in things because people just, they're going all the time. Here in schools are more the difference between popular people and not popular. In Finland, of course, there are people who have more friends, but people don't make so much difference.
To be a homecoming queen is sure it'd be an honor, just an honor. I mean, I couldn't even explain it.
No, I would be speechless. I wouldn't be able to talk. I'd be bawling my head off. It would be really neat. It would be neat. It'd be really neat. She deserves it. She needs it.
No.
She wants it.
Needs it.
She will get it.
Try again. My whole family thinks you're gonna get it, okay? They're already saying
I haven't done anything.
Oh. Senior president isn't anything.
Oh,
so
Anspi's a little bit more. Oh.
Oh. No, she's gonna get it. She will.
First Princess, Regina Talmo. Our next princess, Dub Squad member, ASB officer, CSF, and the president of the class, Lisa Salaman. And now, my privilege and pleasure to present to you the Queen of Homecoming at Torrance High School. She is the distinguished and gracious president of the Associated Student Body, Marie Garvey.
Somebody can be popular because he's very funny. Somebody because he parties a lot, and somebody because she's very friendly. There's so different types of being popular.
Do you guys want pictures?
I can't breathe.
Oh my God, you're a goddamn queen!
School spirit here is totally different than in Finland. Or I would almost say that in Finland, in school, there is no school spirit. Everybody just wants to, in school they study and then they want to go fast away and so far away as possible. And they have their hobbies, but they are outside of the school. And here, everybody's so proud that I'm in Torrance High, and when they see from people from other schools, they are, oh, we are much better, our school has more culture because it's an older school, and there's all kind of reasons, but always own school is better. High school is the teenager's own world where they live, and all the teenager life is around at high school. Everything happens just around the school, and that's it.
You're tight on here. No. What?
Cut it off. Should we put it in here?
Cut it off and then put it in here.
The whole car gets judged.
I think that has to be a little lower.
It gives you a good feeling that, hey, there is maybe somebody who likes me because I can be here in the court.
Mrs. Yara Bride, escorting Princess Ricky.
Though with me, I could be the honorary princess just because I have been an exchange student, depending somebody likes me or not.
Well, Dad, this is it.
Yep.
Oh, how sweet. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, my God. Congratulations, you picked me.
On which you're engraved the name of all past homecoming queens
You did great. You did better than I did. You ready?
and the tiara.
Congratulations. I can't believe it.
Presenting Queen Marie.
1, 2, nice big smiles. Eyes right here.
You are a fox. Okay, you're a fox. Let me see. You're a fox. You are a fox.
It was so funny to go to the shopping mall and dance there. It gets you out from everyday world and makes you somehow feel for a while that you're adult and grown up. I think it's real neat, but somehow it's a big play. Just before the dances, I bought my shoes over there on the shop, and then I bought my dress over here. And I saw my shoes on the window of the shop, and I had them also on me. And it was so weird to be in the same place where you used to buy in the daytime to be suddenly on a dress.
And there you can see right there, Ricky, how it comes out, and that's enough for that area, right. Okay. Just take a rag and wipe that off. And you know the purpose for a lube job now.
Here in America, many of the subjects are more like hobbies. You can study auto repairing, you can study how to decorate a window in a shop. You can learn surfing and how to take care of the children, how to divorce, how to get married.
This woman is 25 years old, beautiful, 2 gorgeous children. Her husband divorces her. This woman is 25 years old, beautiful woman, 2 great children. Her husband dies. Which one of them will get married first?
I'm Mrs. Doherty.
Why, Elaine?
The classes that I teach are SOS, which is called Survival of Singles.
Okay, what happens?
Now what we're doing is we're finding roommates. I will talk to them about cohabitation, some of the pitfalls, based on the palimony cases of today. The Young Decorator class emphasizes skills in putting together a comfortable home, to make it attractive, how to use all this color lines. Modern Lifestyles emphasizes relationships and setting up and establishing families.
I will let you use the collages that you're making, and we will go shopping for a marriage partner in this class. As part of the class, you will be involved in mock weddings. We'll use a little theater. We decorate it just like it's a church. I will give you, before your divorce, I will give you a marriage survival kit.
Today we're going to have some mock wedding ceremonies. We want to define what the word mock means, okay? Sometimes mock means to make fun of, and we're in no way going to make fun of the institution of marriage. Really what we mean here is it's a pretend type thing. We're hoping that by participating in these mock wedding ceremonies that you'll have an experience that will help you when it comes game day. It's very important that we be serious because in our state, 85% of the people under 20 who get married today will be divorced within 5 years. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the marriage between Don Salinger and Derek Hunt. Do you, Derek Hunt, take Don Salinger to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Don Salinger, take Derek Hunt to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
By the power invested in me by Torrance High School, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
I think the mock wedding is important because it gives you an experience of what you're going to go through in your later life and what marriage is all about.
I thought of using Luke and Laura's wedding vows after I watched General Hospital.
What does it mean to be true to someone else? It means don't mess around with other members of the opposite sex. Honor and respect, what does that mean? It means don't make fun of the person. Don't pick on them all the time.
It was a good ceremony, I guess. Like I said, I thought the teacher looked a little silly up at the front. I think if they really wanted to show us what a marriage was really like, they could have tried to be a little bit more realistic than such a kindergarten fashion.
In high school age, they are already getting their boyfriends, girlfriends, so they learn how to take care of that without that they make so many mistakes.
If you own a lot of real estate, it is recommended that you have a lawyer take care of your divorce, that you not try to do it yourself.
After the weddings, they have to complete a report for me. It's called Future Plans. Each one of them fill out separately questionnaires, what they want out of life, the kinds of furniture they want, the kind of lifestyle they want to have, and then they get together and they compare. Like, he wants a Rolls Royce and she wants a Volkswagen. Would you be able to give up your Rolls Royce for the Volkswagen? And we go through entertainment, cars, houses, those types of things.
He was too lazy.
What do you mean by too lazy?
He didn't want to do anything. I mean, I'd give him something to do, and he'd say, well, how do you do it? And I'd go, read it. I don't want to. I mean, I wouldn't be able to live with somebody like that. I mean, I couldn't handle it.
What was the biggest problem that you guys had?
She wanted to live in Death Valley.
What's wrong with Death Valley?
I don't want to live there.
Where did you want to live?
Malibu.
But we decided to move there in 5 years, so everything was all right.
To move where?
Malibu. We lived in Death Valley for 3 years, and then we were going to move to Malibu in about 5. So then we were both happy.
He didn't want me to work.
Do you think your marriage could have been saved, or your relationship could have been saved with some counseling?
Probably.
In the classes about marriage, divorcing, it's good for the kids in high school. They get some experience of the life somehow.
They'd end up getting divorced.
It's much harder, you know, often when you're good friends with a boy, it goes to the, so that you're boyfriend and girlfriend. But when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, it's much harder to get back somehow, you know, that you're friends. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's what he kind of wants. I don't know.
What, just for you guys to be friends?
Yeah.
That's only because he knows that you're gonna go back to Finland.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's lame.
My best friend here is Lisa Normond. She's the senior president and she's a cheerleader. If I miss home or I have not feel so good, she has come to talk with me and ask what it is and invite me one weekend to her house. One.
We gotta go. This class starts in 3 minutes. We missed the fire drill! Hectic, that's so cool.
There are some words or sentences that people repeat here all the time, and I think it's so funny. Like, for example, you're talking about a group of girls, but you say, hey, you guys, what are you doing, or where are you going? But there's that guys, or when you start to talk, you say, hey, man, and when you, it sounds to me so funny the way you say that, with saying that long, hey, man. And other thing is that everything here, whatever it is, it fucks. It's fucking shit. It's where is my fucking school book? I'm so fucking tired. I mean, everything. And sometimes I just have to start to laugh because I have said like a couple of times that I didn't know that the shit can fuck. First when I came, it was like almost first half year, 5 months. I didn't go hardly any parties, but now I know that there is parties every weekend. You just drive around from party to party and look, oh, here is nothing, let's go to the other party.
In getting ready for a party, there's a lot to do. First of all, you have all these people in your house, and you got to hide things. You have to lock things up. No matter how careful you are, no matter how much you try to keep people's hands in their pockets, things will be missing. So what I do is I just clear the whole house out with just furniture left. No knickknacks, tablecloths, anything that can ruin the glass is out of the table so it doesn't get cracked. There's a lot of preparation goes into it. We were here all day, all last night and all day, building the chop for the beer.
When my parents first started leaving and I started realizing that I could have people over, it started out with just my personal friends, and then all of a sudden there'd be 50 people there the next time, then 100, and then I realized that, hell, all these people would be bringing in all these beer cans, beer bottles, so I said, why don't I supply the cups and the beer? And that way, they can just give me the money. They don't have to worry about going to buy more beer, getting pulled over. That's the bottom line. They can stay right there all night.
All over the school was sent flyers that there's a big party and that you have to pay us at $3 or $5 in.
I am making money, and that's to cover damages, stolen items, broken windows, damaged cars, people backing up when I feel obligated if it's my friend, or, and that money does cover for damages. But if there's no damages, then it's sheer profit after expenses.
Cough up the dough, bros. 5 without an invitation, 3 with. All right? There's 10 kegs total.
Are they flowing?
Oh, fuck, those kegs are flowing. Stamp in the corner. Stamp by the guy in the corner. $2. It's stamped by the corner.
As far as bouncers go, I had about 6 to 8 there and paid them each $25.
Stamped by the guy in the corner. You got the stamp?
I had a stamp, exactly.
Can't do it, bud. You don't get. You gotta get
look for somebody.
Sorry. Right, $3.
Damn me.
Sounds exciting.
I mean, you have people and you have beer. That's all you need. That's instant party.
All right, a Gumby is when you don't have a full heart on, but a half heart on. And you can't quite get it up. And then, or a WO. A walking orgasm, like some guy was walking by, is totally cute.
Oh my
He's
God.
a walking orgasm. Oh my God, look at that walking orgasm.
Michelle, that guy is a total walking orgasm. WO.
Dick hard on. Or there's a THO, a titty hard on.
We have a little song for you if you want it.
No, we don't. Oh, yeah. We are the girls from the THO. We are the girls from the THO. And when I say, hey, sit on my face to make my body quiver THO.
Normally what the parties are, you go, there goes a lot of people, often goes almost too much people, maybe music is on, and the main point is to get drunk.
I heard 10 kegs are gone flat.
I paid $3, I got in.
We didn't even pay, we stuck in the door.
And
Did you get anything to drink?
no, and then Jay goes, oh, it's over, there's nothing to drink.
And when the beer tends to run out, people have fights. This party ended with a few fights. Which I didn't mind because it cleared the people out because they went out to the street to fight.
Go! Go before the cops come!
I called the cops to clear the party out because it's the best way to break up a party.
Guys, leave. All the girls can stay. Let's go. Yeah.
They never arrived.
I wouldn't smoke beer.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hey, John, I want to start quick now, buddy.
$1,832. Rough right now. Is what I figure. But that's what I got here, at least in the 100 I got. And then I don't know what the other expenses are. There's 100 coming back from the deposit for the kegs, I think, if we get it back, since we lost a keg. And
That's all part of expenses. It may seem like a lot, but let me tell you, after all this is done, we're gonna find out where we're left. Especially after Mom comes home.
Today, we're going to study the sine and cosine as functions of an acute angle. Every right triangle, of course, has 2 acute angles, and they are complementary. side BC, we'll call that the side opposite theta. Now this side here, side AC, we'll call that the side adjacent. Adjacent kind of means next to.
Let's see if I know how to do this. You hear it in the back?
We're going to have you all back in Washington for Thanksgiving in the Army-Navy game.
We had to have Wisconsin and we've lost it. The same with Iowa, the same with Indiana.
The method how to teach here is much easier because the test is you write an X, is that right or wrong, or just a couple of sentences. You don't write big essays.
People say, well, why do we have to study history?
The most of the time the students, they just sit, the teacher is talking, and nobody waves in the classes and says, I want to talk. And if teacher just says your name, that you have to talk, people are kind of shy and they don't want to say anything. As usually here, people are very outgoing and they want to talk and everything, and it's no problem for people to talk. But in classrooms, students more, they sleep or they talk around or write letters to their friends, or they are not so much listening to the teacher and exactly talking.
You believe was the perpetrator of the crime.
You're going to have to incorporate some entertainment in your teaching, or you're going to lose them. If they don't like a program that's on Channel 4, they turn it to Channel 7. Are you a Michael Jackson fan? You're not a Michael Jackson fan? My method is the same approach that they would on TV. So you're going to take the tardy, you're not going to give us a song? On the tardy procedure, our student can sing off the tardy of a song that's in the top 10 of the hit parade. How about Delirious for 30 seconds of Delirious, and you can have the tardy taken off. You guys going to sing or take the tardy? And kids just love to get to class on time, to listen to someone who's not going to get to class on time and sing. I mean, they just love it. Kim Foley, come on up. Have a seat over here.
How's it going? And my arms are open wide. Because I know just what to say. And I know just what to do. And I want to tell you so much. I love you.
5 more seconds, come on. Okay, that's time. All right, let's give her a hand. Very good, Kim, all right.
Although stationary, that parked truck ahead could move.
We're going to Old Business Car Rally. I think instead of pizza, ice cream would be better. She was talking about ice cream social from West High and stuff. We never had anything like that. It's always been a pizza party or something.
Is that going to be those stupid little ice creams with those wood spoons?
No, okay, the gallon things from
and whipped cream and hot sauce and everything? Okay.
You guys like car rally, we don't need to talk about yet, because that's not nearly as important as the car rally. If we don't plan a map and a road and questions, we're not going to have a car rally.
Debbie, I cannot drive, so I cannot figure out the road and anything, but I like to do something. In Finland, we don't have any student councils, and I think it's real bad, because we are the people who go to the school.
Was she going to set up something about, what were you going to do about the music, you know, at the dance?
The choices that we make in a student council are like, if we should give or loan the money for the football team for a new outfit, or for the girls' baseball team, or should we get the new chairs in some classroom, and all the activities.
I was looking through that little book, and there's this one pep rally in there that I always thought was really cute, and we never did it. And it's called Kiss a Slob. What it is I guess a boy and a girl face each other, and the girls eat the cherry pies and the guys eat. What are you laughing at? Oh, you're not serious. No, the girls eat some kind of pie and the guys eat a different kind or whatever. And then when they're done eating that, they have to kiss each other and the stuff gets all, I mean, nothing big. I mean, just like, you know, no big deal kiss, actually.
How about if we name the pep, or don't give the pep rally a name, we just say, come to the mystery pep rally. If you thought the Tartar the Barbarian pep rally was great, Thundar the Barbarian pep rally was great, come see the one on Friday.
I love it when people get excited and they are really in something and really doing something.
Dive your face into that bowl, eat the chocolate kiss that's on the bottom, and kiss your partner across the table.
That's one of the best things what I know here. People get really excited. All the time there's something going on what takes the school together. People go and do stupid things together. They get embarrassed in front of the people, have to do funny things, make fun of themselves.
Gotta be a towel. I gotta go to biology next period.
I love it here. And I feel it goes all time better and better exactly because you can be crazy here.
Are you ready for the sex, girl?
You can do crazy things and act crazy without people think at all that there's nothing abnormal.
If you got an individual whose behavior is a little corrupt, they don't want to follow the guidelines put before him, we can't change your attitude, but we can modify your behavior. Okay, real quick. Go ahead, Hebes.
Can you get 5,000 back for joining the special forces?
Okay, what he asked was if you still get $5,000 cash bonus for joining special forces. Yes, you do. We have cash bonuses ranging from $1,500 to $5,000 in certain job skills. We've got recreational facilities. If you like to water ski, a lot of military posts have camp, sort of like a camp resort.
What I think it's so funny that they advertise the army.
Over in Germany, you have Ski Week.
It's like somehow saying that join the army, it's fun to fight against other people and it's really neat and it's something great to be a soldier.
You get to fire the M16A1 rifle, all right? It's pretty fun. It's your basic weapon. And then you got the M203, what's the law? M703 law? Yeah, M703 law. You get to fire the M60.
What about drugs? What do they do to you if you get caught with them in your body?
In the military, it depends. Now, if you get caught like with an ounce, like how these guys get caught with an ounce, less than an ounce of marijuana or something like that, it depends on your commander. He can either give you a court-martial, okay, or he can give you an Article 15 and take so much money out of your pay, or take your entire paycheck.
If you were an artist, how would you portray an American family?
4 people, a dog, a house.
Wife making dinner, and they all eat together, and they go camping, and to do all the family things.
Like, I can imagine the parents watching their kids play football in high school, you know, going to the games and stuff like that.
How is the typical family portrayed on TV?
There's not as much love as there is on TV, in a family.
I want to have 2 girls and 1 boy. And first one I want is a little girl. So I can raise her, dress her in her little dresses and stuff and watch her grow up as a young lady. And I don't know, it's just, I dream about it and think about it a lot, daydream about it. Just have a little girl and then the boy come and have the big brother, or not the big brother, but the brother. And then have 1 little sister that they can kind of both govern as it comes up. I don't know, it's the way I've talked about it with my girlfriend.
People here, it's somehow more important that they have a boyfriend. And when they do have a boyfriend, they take a boyfriend more, that they show to other people that, hey, I'm good, I can get a boyfriend. Instead of having a boyfriend because they like somebody. It's kind of hard to explain, but somehow sometimes I've noticed that people really, they don't even like that boy or girl so much, but they are just because it's cool to have a boyfriend. Here, the teenagers, they talk more big things about the sex and making fun of that. I guess it comes because of the culture that it isn't right, and people are ashamed somehow. Although they talk, but they are ashamed of really doing that or really showing their body. But in Finland, we experience things like that earlier, like 14, 15, we make first time love, and that's usual. I really think that it's more conservative here. Do it put here?
Mm-hmm.
Daddy, I need your help. Somebody asked me here to go to the blind date. I thought that, oh well, why not? That it's something new and it's crazy. I knew the boy's first name. I knew he's going to West High. He's a senior there.
Father knows best.
He was real nice. We are real good friends now. I went with him after all to the prom.
I love this game.
Give him a hug. Lots of pictures.
Everybody in school, like, instead of asking, are you going with the limousine, they are asking, with who are you doubling? Because everybody takes that, of course you are going with the limo.
But pulled in just behind the bridge, he lays her down. He frowns, gee, my life's a funny thing. Am I still too young? He kissed the woman there. She took his ring, took his babies. It took him minutes, took her nowhere. Heaven knows he'd have taken anything. All night. She wants a young American. The young American standing right through the picture window. She finds a slinky vagabond because as he passes a Ford Mustang, heaven forbid she take anything but the freak and his life for nothing. This is a step and cuts his hand, showing nothing. It slips like a song. She cries, where have all Papa's heroes gone? All night. She wants a young American.
It is really important here that people looks good. That's the first things what people say, that somebody is so pretty or gorgeous or whatever. Girls are more talking very much about how cute some guy is and what a body he has. They are often complaining that I don't have any chance to get that and that boyfriend because I don't look so good.
All the way from Finland, just to be here tonight, Ricky Rahala.
When I was walking there, people were clapping at me and yelling that Ricky, Ricky, and I felt really that people already that they know me, and I feel real good. I think it was neat.
Now the rest of us came all the way from Torrance just to be here tonight.
Now at prom, I had more feeling in it because I knew that it is really an honor to be a queen or princess or whatever.
Congratulations, Ricky. Want to go on that side? Make it boy, girl, boy, girl.
Congratulations.
One more tiara for our queen.
Marie, stand by me. I feel stupid. Marie, down here.
Honey, we'll get your crown as soon as we can.
On camera.
So can we dance now?
I have had two boys here, and as soon as the relationship have gone that I wanted to go for sex, and I knew he wanted to go for sex, but they get afraid suddenly. Twice the relationship has been broken because of that here. 18 years old are adults, and I mean, it's just one part of the relationship, and it's no big deal. After the prom comes the best part. We are going to the hotel. Many seniors come there and party and stuff.
We're only supposed to allow 2 people in each room.
It's $80 most of it.
Dave decides to open the champagne bottle. Oh, but no, instead he sprays it all over my goddamn dress.
And Betty
I think that people here see less the world, other style of life. They feel good here and they think America is great. It's not your fault and everything, it's just that they are not so curious people somehow here. I'm like on the way that I have to think what I want to be, and I really don't have any idea. I just like to travel all around and see the different countries, so I would then make up my mind that what I feel is the right way to live. I feel sorry for my friends here who are seniors. They have to decide what they want to do in their life. Many of them, they have not been separate of their parents, not separate of their friends who have they know since first grade, fourth grade, whatever. And now suddenly they have to leave this school where they have been.
Well, all of you are thinking about the jobs. What's the first thing you're thinking about when you think about what you want to do? Money. Is it? Is that your first consideration, how much money it'll pay?
Cruise director is my dream career. I should have wrote about that in English today. But that, to me, is my dream career because I loved to plan things. I love to travel, and that would be great because you get to meet so many people on a cruise. And a lot of people think I'm just dreaming Julie McCoy Love Boat type thing, but I'm not.
When I graduate, I want to take a course like at El Camino on how to be a cop or something. After that, I want to go to like a police academy, be a cop or something, or a sheriff.
I want to be a Marine because the Marines are the best fucking force in the whole world. And nobody talks shit about them because they know they'll kick their ass.
Hopefully, I'd like to be a psychologist, helping out in client-centered psychology, helping people out with their problems and all that, making some money.
This is about my dream house. I want to have 4 or 5 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms, and I want to have a sports court and a yard with a basketball and volleyball court and a pool with a jacuzzi, and all my furniture and everything is going to be like country and modern, you know. With I like the sheepskin, you know, and the wood, and then I like a lot of glass windows, you know, and a skylight and plants and everything. And it has to have a fireplace with a conversation pit in it for guests and everything, and a bar and, you know, everything.
Let's go, guys. On the outside lineup. Move over to this way, look for it.
Come on, Mark. Snap in action.
Where's your shirt and tie? I would have bought one for you. Why don't you tell me? What do you mean, no? That's you want to look decent, and that's what you needed with this. When you're asleep. Right now you need a shirt and tie.
Dude, you're in front of me.
And sneakers.
Run down to the store
You'll
and
never
buy
do
them.
this again in your life. Rikamari Valhalla.
Yeah, very good, excellent.
Just remind me. I might need you to.
Are you gonna say my name right?
No, that's good. So good to see you because I've been saying it wrong.
I've got real good grades here during my year, though I have done hardly anything, and I'm at the moment just wondering how can I go back to the hard schoolwork and study for the exams again and write big essays and everything like that. That's something that I totally forgot here.
Take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. But to wait for you is all I can do, and that's what I've gotta face. Take a good look at me now, 'cause I'll still be standing here.
I think high school here prepares more for a social life than for a work life. Exactly, people learn to be with people here. Having a good time, making a barbecue and making all that kind of stuff true.
Here we are at graduation.
We did what was socially right. That is, we got an education. However, each of us is going to wake up tomorrow morning and ask ourselves, now what? What am I going to do? What am I going to wear today? What's for breakfast? What career do I want? What college will I go to? Where can I find a job? Where will I find my place in this world?
What I've learned since I came here in last 9 months, I learned a lot of the fun part of the school life, a lot of ideas of the paper rallies and dress-up days and all the crazy things that happens here. And I'm learned to be lazy.
Finnair announces the departure of flight AY146 to Helsinki.
Take care. Don't change because you're good. Just
Helsinkiin on valmiina lähtöön. Matkustajia pyydetään siirtymään koneeseen portti 74 kautta. Kiitos.
I'll see you whenever. I can't believe we're not.
I'm sure in 10 years I come back here in the reunion. In matter of fact, I'm already planning for 5 years reunion. Have a good one from the film, okay?
Riikka-Mari Rauhala.
Is this Ricky? Kiva here.
Oh, hello, Kiva. Yes, it's me.
How are you? What are you up to? What happened to your life?
Yeah, exactly. Just tell everything in 20 minutes. In 20, what you've done. Yeah.
I just had this impulse to call you and just say,
That is so cute.
I think it would be fun to see you. And
You must come for a couple of days and so that we can see and you can meet my family.
In a way, it doesn't feel that long. Counted in years, it's long time. If you are 15 years old and somebody told you that something happens after 30 years, so you really think that, then you will be next to the grave. It just feels like we saw each other like half a year ago. Article of a couple of pages. It's saying that Riikka-Mari, surprisingly, as a movie star, they was making me a star already here. What the year gave to me, first of all, language.
Earlier to blow-dry their hair.
And then the self-confidence. It is in your culture, the way you support the other people. Everybody's encouraging friends to each other that, yes, you're good in that and do that and go for it. You're often saying, go for it.
Kiss your partner across the table.
With a smile. Of course, you have always the smile. The things that changed in Finland, since I was an exchange student, in Finland there was no shopping centers like that. Now there is plenty of them. After the high school,
chocolate brownie.
I've been working in restaurants, in a travel agency. I used to work for an airline company as an operation control officer. I met my husband. I think 12 years we've been married now. Ouch. I did promise that I will definitely be there for 10 years reunion, but no. I really would be curious to know what happened to all the people I went to high school with.
You got the punkers, the meddlers, and the preppies. The punkers are all against society. They want to have nothing to do with society. Always have something to say against it. The preppies are working for it and striving to make it something really good, and the meddlers are just out to party.
Right on. My name is Cesar Saragati. I was always going against the grain, bucking the system. I cut classes. I'd sometimes sneak off campus to go get some lunch. I was into music a lot, getting through the daily life of a high school student. And after high school, I continued playing. I was a bass player. I love to get in front of the audience and play and express myself.
There's absolutely no similarity between a musician in youth like I was and a law enforcement official today.
I'm a different thinker now than I was back then. Back, in my high school, I didn't worry too much about the future. I was more into the present. There was a couple shootings I was involved in, and came out of it okay.
I think if they really wanted to show us.
I was wearing glasses in those clips, which tells me I was probably stoned. That was high school. I was in photography class, and we had it to where we kept a bong in the ceiling tile. We drank beer in there. We were nuts. I mean, we were above and beyond any rule they had, and we figured out ways to make it work for us. I mean, it's the fast times at Ridgemont High. We lived it. We were it. Those were the Tom Cruise glasses that I had on. The high school look. That's still my look. That's me right there. You see me? Looking at that picture of the guy dressed in the heart in my interview from 30 years ago, I don't have any recollection of that. I mean, I've just flat out partied. Some of the memories gone. I didn't go to college. I built 4 homes on this block. I couldn't have told you what my future was when I was young, because I had no idea. I had no plan. Which is the same floor plan as mine. You want to get out and go in? Yeah. All right. Sometimes there's that, wow, how did I get here? Dwelling, 3,000 square foot. I get in these meetings with real important people, highly educated, and they're looking at me for answers. And I hope they're not seeing through my glasses, realizing that, I'm just some scared kid with a bunch of years under my belt.
If one of us disarms, they're going to think, hey, we still have them, we're going to blow you up, and then we're going to rule the world. So if you just keep it how it is, it won't happen.
Wow. First of all, what was the deal with our hair? Back then, I was very Republican, and now I am very not. I work for Santa Barbara Unified School District, where I'm the preschool coordinator. It's only like a minute.
If you just keep it how it is, it won't happen.
That's you? Oh my God. Wait, what year did you graduate?
84.
I was born in 86.
High school for sure is a development of your formative years. 17-year-olds equate to 2-year-olds in a sense. When I teach college classes and I teach human development, we talk about those 2 stages are exactly the same. Teen years and toddlers are, equal.
We have a little song for you. No, we don't. No. Oh, yeah.
You do stupid things when you're a teenager. It's part of the rite of passage. It's part of growing up. I think I'd be kind of silly at this age to be embarrassed about how I acted at 16, 17 years old. Alcohol was very much a part of my life in my junior and senior year. We always had drinks before dances, after football games. Some things probably happened that probably weren't good things because of alcohol, but I also know that we had a really good time drinking. This is my high school scrapbook. It was an easy way for me to
This is playing quarters.
feel more comfortable and be more outgoing.
And this is an after party.
Oh, this is us having beers at lunch. I think it's kind of important to be able to show your kids that you were a teenager once too, and that you can relate to some of the things they're going through.
I had like stage fright or something.
I could not relate to most of the people at the reunion. I felt like everybody was trying so hard to impress everybody else.
She just got married last weekend.
I have about 5 different businesses.
You should be a model.
Everybody's married, everybody has kids.
Baby shower.
And then one of the gals from school pulled me up to her room and she was crying her eyes out because she was going through her second divorce. She had 2 kids. And all I could think of was, oh my gosh, I went to a really great party last week.
How old are they now?
I didn't give in to social pressures of you have to be married at a certain age, you have to have a child at a certain age. By the time I settled down, I was ready to settle down.
I have 2 girls and 1 boy. And first one.
My 2 daughters, they mean everything to me.
That's Corey and I juicing off. Riley's like 3 days old there. I made this logo myself. It's Rycor Appraisals. Riley and Corey.
I dream about it, think about it a lot, daydream about it.
In high school, it was more important for me to know what was going on that weekend than worrying about Friday's test. I got in trouble a lot.
This is graduation.
The dean of students, her and I became really close friends. If I were to live high school over again, I would be more studious. I didn't really take it as serious as sports or having fun.
And in health, for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
Now that I've lost my marriage and stuff, I wish I would have taken more time to enjoy vacations with my kids. But when I ran my own business, I couldn't go on vacation every time. So my kids went on a lot of vacations without me. This rat race we're in, if people believe in God and how he created the world and stuff, he didn't create it to be like this. He didn't create it to be, you know, run yourself ragged, stress out all the time until you have a heart attack and die. He created this earth for us to come down here and live and enjoy it, live off the land, be successful just by taking care of yourself and your family.
Do you remember Bruce?
Do you still see any of those people?
No, I don't. It's kind of sad. Well, at the time, I thought that they were everything, and my dad kept saying they probably won't end up being part of your life, and he was right.
Thank you all very much for coming to help the American Cinematheque pay tribute to 2 great teen films of the 1980s, and we have both directors with us tonight, Amy Heckerling and Kiva Rosenfeld. You haven't seen your movie with an audience in 25 years. Any initial reaction?
Is anyone from the film?
Are you still here? Or
Could you stand up just to see how many people from the film are here?
That's cool.
Wow. I'm actually a little fascinated by how did it feel to see your high school years.
The focus was socialization and not education, you know.
You were in the film, right?
Yes.
Stand up for a second. Because I haven't seen you since that. You were the person who said about the grades that you cheated on all the tests?
You can cheat on almost all the tests. Usually, the day before the test, everyone goes in there and steals a test.
She's a teacher.
I teach elementary school.
You're a teacher now?
And I was in the Modern Lifestyles class.
I saw this boy. We participated in the mock ceremony and we began dating. 4 years later, we got married.
And we're still married.
Oh!
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
That's incredible. So
yes.
that class taught you something.
Yeah. It works.
I was teaching in the lifestyles class
Shopping for marriage partner.
for 42 years.
I didn't know that class existed.
I would be speechless. I wouldn't be able to.
School has changed to try to fit all students.
Our children who are now in their teens and 20s are less social because they're not used to social situations.
You said you were in it, or?
It's a very strange sensation to watch people that you grew up with on the screen.
You're actually in the film?
Yeah, I'm singing at the pep rally.
You're the singer at the pep rally?
So, what was the process of deciding to go with the lead girl?
Because she was outside of the system and had this outside perspective, she sort of became our voice.
It's been maybe like 20 years since I last saw the film. My children, they've not seen it at all. It's like having a living diary.
Niin minä vielä olin ihan yksin, mä seison tuolla, voi pieni riikki.
Kertoo jotain, jos valitaan niin kundi, jolla on parhaat jalat tai parhaimman näköiset jalat. Niin.
Hirveä takki.
Yhtään samanlainen.
Everything here, whatever it is, it fucks. It's fucking shit. Where's my fucking school book? I'm so fucking tired. I mean, everything. And sometimes I just have to start to laugh because I have said like a couple of times that I didn't know that the shit can fuck. First when I came, it was like almost first house.
Joo. Hyvä äiti.
Did you get anything to drink?
Tärkein kysymys. Saako jostain juotavaa?
Here they talk more big things about the sex. People are ashamed somehow. But in Finland, we experience things like that earlier, like 14, 15, we make first time love. And that's usual.
Yleisesti kyllä.
Mikä kamera toi on? Se on kamera.
Se oli se. Meillä filmirullakin oli semmoinen
Kiva tulla ollaan limusiin. Sitten tulee limusilla ja oota kun me tullaan. Sitten meikäläinen.
Vanha
Oi Mazda.
Because I knew that it is really an honor to be.
Seeing the film with my mother, she started crying and gave me a whole new perspective.
Oliko se tanssit ihan samalla vieläkin?
Vieläkin tolleen.
Pankkikappuna. Mä sanoin, että mä oon niin paljon muuta.
But I have to think what I want to be, and I really don't have any idea.
En mä tiedä vieläkään. Voi pikkuriikkissä, että ei se vieläkään tiedä, mitä haluaa tulla isona, kun en mä tuolloinkaan tiedä.
Johonkin Suomeen.
Mulla tuli ihan kylmät.
Johonkin Suomeen.
I'll see you whenever.
Löytänyt taas. Mihin? 5 years reunion? Lupasitko meillä 5 years?
Joo.
Niin, jos vähän mennyt muutamat 5 years. Hei, mulla on toi paita nytte. Se on mulla käytössä.
Have a good one from the film, okay?
Kiva ilme.
My mother has these long-time friends. Those kind of relationships are born only with actual contact and not just through the internet.
Rauhala Reetta-Leena.
The real person you are very inside, the very me, it hasn't actually changed. It's still the same as it was when I was 15.
I just like to travel all around and see the different countries, so I would then make up my mind that what I feel is the right way to live.
I feel like I have the whole world in front of me and just all the adventures waiting for me, and I am so ready for it.
Where will I find my place in this world?
$1,832 rough right now.
It has to have a fireplace with a conversation pit in it for guests and everything, in a bar.
I want to take a course on how to be a cop or something. After that, I want to go to like a police academy.
Cruise director is my dream career.
If there's no damages, it's sheer profit after expenses.
Presenting Queen Marie.
The Marines are the best fucking force in the whole world.
Hey guys, take down the party naked sign. That's the one. Everybody, look up. Here we go!
When you get a job, you got to get a job where you never need a vacation.
Well, I'm still not looking for a specific day for a vacation because, you know, like this is pretty much a vacation every day.
Want to know what I've been doing on my retirement? This is what I've been doing on my retirement.
It's just to keep the animals out of here. Let's see. Surfboards are that way. It's just hard to let go. never stop being at people that we used to be. You're going to be a film guy for the rest of your life, man. That's it. You're going to be going around putting these cameras in people's faces and asking them all these questions.